Hello everyone, I don't know if this is live yet, but hopefully it is. I'm Greg and this is Oz by Drone, and today you're seeing live flying. So we're going to go and fly over the Georges River. Not having the regular show today, and apologies for that. My daughter's getting back from overseas this week, so we'll have the studio back in its normal configuration next week and go back to the usual format. Anyway, for now, I'm going to take off. See you in a minute. Do a quick control check. Okay, all controls operating as expected. So welcome to the Georges River. This is literally my backyard. So I get to have the privilege of flying here on a regular basis, and it's a beautiful part of Sydney to live in. Now, for those that have watched us before, you may have seen our opening credits have some flying over this area, and it is certainly beautiful. Now that I've taken off, I might just get myself comfy. Now, flying over here, flying over water is something that I do on a regular basis. So, you know, I've had a look at a few tips and tricks to make sure I do that safely. I'll put together a small video on that another day, but a few tips. Number one, don't fly over boats, pretty obvious. Now, sometimes they might be moving at a rapid speed and you may not have any choice in the matter, but you know, you definitely don't want to fly over boats. You want to avoid that if possible. Number two, don't fly with the wind behind you, with a tailwind on your outward leg if you're going somewhere. You want to make sure you've got plenty of juice to come back. Number three, I fly with a device called a getter back. This is a flotation device, not to float your aircraft, but if you can imagine a small torpedo attached to your aircraft, so that if you do end up in the drink, I'll slow down a little bit and I'll do a nicer pan. Isn't that beautiful? If you do end up in the drink, a getter back is going to help you to make sure you can recover your aircraft. Now, if you've got DJI Care Refresh or some other insurance, getting your aircraft back is something that you do want to try and do. Now, we've got a fair bit of sun there, unfortunately, so I'll try and, let's see, where am I going to go? Let's go over this way. So in the background over there, you can see there's a bridge over there. That bridge is known as Tom Ugly's Bridge. And it's a beautiful area here. Down below, we very often have watercraft doing racing of different kinds many weekends. Today, unfortunately, there's nothing interesting happening. Otherwise, could have shown you some nice things, but not today. So let's not go over the bridge because that would be a bad thing to do. but we will have a look at this area over here. We've got a jet ski over there. Let's go and see if we can get some footage of him. Just got to orient myself. I think there he is. So he's going and visiting a boat over there by the look of things, so we'll leave him alone. We've got another one over here, no, just a boat. Like I said, it's a beautiful part of Sydney. So he's heading out to that bridge that we were looking at a few moments ago. Hi, Daryl. Yeah, you, I think, are the only one watching. Tell me where to go. Tell me where you would like to see, Daryl. We'll make this interactive. I did hope to have a few more people watching, but such is life. And we'll turn around from that bridge again. You know, it'd be interesting, if they ever need a traffic chopper, I'm just imagining now. Doing a traffic report in this area. Hey Dave, good to see you. Hi Chuck Crunch One. So guys, I'm going to make it easy for you. You tell me where you would like me to go. So I'm going to orient the aircraft back up the coastline towards me. Let's, I'll start along here and you tell me what you would like to see. Do we want to have a look at that jet ski? Why not? He's heading roughly towards us, so maybe we can get him to do some nice stuff for us. Now, for obvious reasons, I'm not going to get too close to him. I haven't given him a safety briefing beforehand. So the area that I'm looking at behind him at the moment is called Kangaroo Point. It's a very beautiful area. And I always love just on the point this pine tree sitting there by itself quite majestically there. Not sure whose property that is, but it looks very nice. jet skis coming back. I'm going to go and show you this point. There we go. So as you can see, quite a number of rather big houses there. Very beautiful area. You on sport mode, Dave? Trying to guess where they are going is damn hard. The jet skis, yeah. I'm used to following jet skis though, but previously when I've done it, I'll tell you where I'm going to go. The jet ski's coming back towards me now. I wonder if I can follow him and convince him to come back to me. We'll have a look at that later. You know where I might go? Just because it's interesting. Over here, this is Baldface Point. So this was an interesting place. At one point I found, and this is like a small reserve park kind of place. And at one point I found out here that someone had put a sofa down there and some blankets and people just enjoying the area. I don't know how they got it down there because there's a very, very hilly, windy access from the street. Let's see if I can get around the other side of this. Got a little bit of wind out here today, but not too bad. Battery time, I got 10 minutes 17 remaining. Sorry it's getting a bit dark there. I'll just drop the camera down to try and get a bit more contrast. There we are. So this area here on this beach is where somebody put a sofa at one point. And I'm guessing they had a nice little drinky poos there one evening. So right now we've got an altitude of about 10 meters above takeoff point. What filter am I using? I'm using a ND16. There's that beach there. Anyway, so I've had a request for sport mode. So I've got 11 minutes battery. I think that's a good call. Face back towards me, sport mode, activate. Thank you for the cautions, DJI. Now it goes without saying this is going to burn more battery, but I've flown over water enough to kind of get used to. There we go. Now I'm going to tip it down. There we go. Right in the center of the screen is where our takeoff point was. 200 meters out. And we're home already, with 5 minutes now remaining after going into sport mode. And there I am. So I'll tell you what I'm going to do. There's an interesting area close to here. I'll take it out of sports mode. Bring him down a little bit. See this cliff face over here. We're going to go and have a look at that. Just out of interest, in the background, in the distance, I see there's a Skyrider going and taking off. I could point the drone at it, but I don't know if you'd be able to see it. What I was going to show you is this green stuff over here. There we go. So this green stuff, there was a construction site next door, and oh, there's a fish that just jumped out of the water near me. There's a construction site next door, and they had this weed growing on their property, and unfortunately that weed has progressed to fall over the edge of the cliff and is now going down into the water. Let me get a little bit closer. I'll walk over there so I can more accurately pilot. There we are. We've got the old low battery alert. I'm coming, I'm coming. I'll just show you this little bit before I go. So you can see at the bottom there, all of those brown things where the weed eventually touches the water. Hi guys. So flying over here and trying to land on a wharf is a little bit difficult. So for that reason I generally do a hand catch. So I'm going to go catch now, and obviously when I do that the stream is going to go offline. So thanks for watching, and next week we will be back. Actually, I'll turn this off first and then I'll talk. Here we go. There we go. So we've still got a little bit more battery. Enough to talk anyway. So I'll be back next week, and John will be back as well. We intend to talk about flying with a license. So you may have heard I've got a remote pilot license in Australia, so that's really cool. What does that mean? What can you do with that? What's different about having a pilot license rather than flying recreationally? We're going to talk about that. I'm also going to review the recent report from DJI where they, or not from DJI, from a third-party company, where they claim that the DJI products are all secure and your privacy is guaranteed and all of that kind of goodness. So that's second topic. I'm sure I'll think of some more things between now and then, so look forward to seeing you. We'll be back in the regular format next week. One other thing, I'm planning on doing a stream immediately after Ken's show next week, just to test some of the technology, the chat box, all of that kind of stuff. So if you're available, I'd love to have you straight after Ken's show. We're going to go onto my channel and try and break the technology. I hope not. But we'll try and make it work one way or another. Anyway, we got some fishermen over here. I just thought I'd pan around and show you them before we go for today. Okay, thanks for watching. See you next time, guys. Now, is it still streaming? I've pressed the button to stop recording. There we go. Press the live button. See you guys.